You had a nice tactical find in this game. Let's review. The favorite first move of 1972 world champion Bobby. A good response for players. Opening up the center and free. They missed the right idea here. Your better option was to. This move prepares for their bishop. Developing your bishop, strength, attacking your pawn chain. This move is okay, but they slipped up a bit here. Develops the knight and attacks the. You get a chance to force isolate. Your best move was to force isolate. Their best option was to. Your better option was to force isolate. Their better move was to centralize a knight, your best move was to increase a bishop's scope. They played the strongest move available. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. This is the only good move. This is a logical capture. Their best option was to develop a knight and attack the center. Your better option was to recapture a piece. They've made a mistake, and their knight is now lost. You're preparing for the game ahead, activating the bishop in the opening. They chose kingside castling, getting their king out of the center and activating a rook. You've just allowed your pawn to be taken without a fight. You missed an opportunity. They took your pawn for free. Your better option was to force moving the bishop to a passive square. Their bishop becomes less active on this square. You had a better option, but this is not bad. This move gives you the opportunity to win their pawn. You captured that free pawn. You are now able to eventually win a rook. Your knight is undefended, so this move loses material. You overlooked an opportunity to win material through a tactic. Your opponent captured with the wrong piece, and it cost them. You overlooked an opportunity to tactically win a queen. A clear recapture. Nice move. Your bishop now controls more squares, capturing your hanging pawn. Yes, this is the way. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. This move makes your bishop much more effective. A great find, leaving their rook open to attack. You allowed the opponent to capture a rook and win material after the follow-up trades. You missed an opportunity. A great find, leaving their rook open to attack. You allowed the opponent to capture a rook and win material after the follow-up trades. This move left their rook hanging. They missed a chance to capture. You allowed the opponent to capture a rook. Taking that rook wins material. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. This move puts the rook on a safer. This move makes your bishop much more effective. This evades the check from the bishop. Your rook eyes the open file. This wins a tempo by threatening. This is a good time for you to get out of. This doubles the rooks on a. For sure, you had to move away from the threat. The knight finds a new active square. This is a fine move. This challenges the other rook for control of. Good choice to move your rook instead of. The knight finds a new active square. Very good choice. This makes a passed pawn. That pin will win material. This avoids clear danger. This is the way to win material. The clearly correct move for. Nice vision spotting and capturing that. A clear recapture. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. A solid choice. That pawn chain will help strengthen. The rook is kicked by a. Clearly, you don't want to leave your rook in. The knight finds a new active square. Good thinking. This move. Black will be winning a pawn with that. You escape the check from the knight. That was a free pawn. Well done, an excellent move. This takes an outpost, a square. This is a fine move. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn. One of the best moves. That was a fair trade. A clear recapture. Very good choice. Taking that pawn wins material. This moves your pawn to a safer square. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain. You stop the check by the clearly correct move for a. You dodge the check, moving recaptures from a pre. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square. This move puts the rook on a safer. You captured that free pawn. Placing a rook behind a pass. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This continues the checkmate. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. The pawn reaches the back rank and promotes to a queen. Your pawn made it to the promotion square. This is the strongest option. You recaptured. This continues the checkmate threat. You step your king away from the checking queen. This makes a passed pawn. Nice, definitely. Well done, an excellent move. This continues down. Yes, this continues down. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This continues the checkmate. Nice, definitely the right move. This continues the checkmate threat. You dodge the check, moving your king. Very precise. You escape the check, and the game is over. You dodge the. Nice vision spotting, and this avoids clear. This challenge, for sure you had. Your rook, a good choice. You allowed the opponent to capture a rook and win material after the follow-up trades. You missed an. This move left their rook hanging. They missed a chance to. You won a rook for free. This is the only move that works. Your better option was to take an open file with a rook. You get a chance to win a knight by trapping a piece. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. Their rook is now active on an open file. You challenge the opposing rook for control of the open. Defending the. That was a straightforward, a great way to. You captured a free knight. Very good choice. You made a pass. That pawn was yours. Nice, definitely the right. This move wins a knight. You recaptured. Good eye noticing that piece is trapped. That knight was. Good job, that's what I would have played too. You captured a free. You've moved your bishop to a. Not the best move, but not. This move is okay. Good job defending that. You had a better option. For sure you had to move away from the threat. You're now able to push up. You get a chance. Getting closer. Your move gets. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. You get a chance to check. You missed an opportunity to checkmate the king. This is a fair. Getting closer. You overlooked an opportunity to checkmate the king. That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. I like their choice. You're still on the road to checkmate. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check. Always feels nice to win.